No matter where you live in this country, you see it in almost every neighborhood. There are shops selling cannabis drinks, edibles, and merchandise. We know there's been a boom in development since the legalization of cannabis in 2018, and now industry watchers say that up to a third of those shops, they're going to close because of oversaturation. Irene Gallia covers business for the Globe and Mail, including cannabis markets, and she's with us in studio this morning. Welcome. We have this lovely pot background for you. Welcome to your morning.
Thank you for having me.
The numbers are big. Canada has 3,230 pot stores. That generated sales of around $378 million in 2022. Up to a third of them, as we just said, could close soon, in the coming months, before the end of the year. Why were so many stores able to open at the same time?
Well, there was a lot of excitement, tons of investment poured into the industry. People thought they could make some easy money, and really there weren't any restrictions on how many stores could open at once or even where they could open. I mean, you said it yourself, here on Queen Street, you can see 3 or 4 within the same block.
Oh, yeah.
And because there was so much interest, they opened up all over the country. And now they're not only competing with each other, they're competing with the government, and they're also still competing with the illegal market.
Yeah, there are a lot of cannabis stores, as you point out, in urban areas in this country. But, you know, we were visiting out west this summer, and even in small towns, you see pot shops everywhere you go, in every neighborhood, in every business center. What about the effects on small town? Are we going to see the same rate of closures?
It's likely. It's likely. We think so. At the moment, these cannabis stores are selling cannabis at a price that just can't maintain their business. And so large companies are coming in and buying up mom and pop shops everywhere. I talked to some of these big retailers, and they say they're getting requests from stores all over the country, in big cities, in small towns, begging them to buy their stores because they can't stay open.
Yeah, last week, Canopy Girls, talking about big companies. I mean, this was the leader, right? This was the name on everybody's lips. They said they're leaving the retail market. They're selling their retail shops to Katz Group, based out of Edmonton. And Canopy, we know, they were the leader. That's where the jobs were. They had the big splash. With such a large player now out of the retail game, what does that mean?
It won't change that much because while they did own many stores, there are still thousands of cannabis stores across the country, 1,500 in Ontario alone. What it does say is that the industry is getting even tougher, and we're probably going to see consolidation in the industry within the next year or 2 years as even more close.
And it's not necessarily demand. Is it pricing? What's the reason that they're having to shut down?
Well, the issues really come from the glut of supply. So when these stores opened up back in 2018, investment was flooding into cannabis producers, and there are thousands of tons of cannabis that are going unsold and burnt even. And because there's so much supply and not enough demand, the value of this cannabis has dropped. So cannabis stores are selling it for much less than they anticipated. And they're also competing with the province. All stores have to buy the same supply, the same products from the Ontario Cannabis Store here in Ontario and elsewhere from other provincial regulators, which means that it's hard for them to stand out. And one of the ways that they've done that is by offering steep discounts.
It'll be interesting to see in the months ahead as we watch what happens, you know, on streets like Queen Street right outside our window, and see who stays open and who has to close. Thanks for coming on this morning.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.